The online reaction to Go Back Where You Came From was huge, but one of our 6 participants in particular bore the brunt more than the others. Raquel, of course, that was you. It must have been quite a week for you.
Pretty big week. Quite emotional as well, yeah.
But not all good emotions, though.
Good and bad emotions, yeah.
How do you feel about the way people responded to you?
After the first and second episode, everyone was just like hounding me a bit, calling me a bogan Westie and that me and my partner are jobless and I'm naive and stupid and all this sort of stuff, which, yeah, I am spoiled and things like that, and I was a bit blind-eyed to what it's really like over in other countries, as in Africa, the refugee camp there. I've definitely learnt a lot. I definitely changed towards the end of the journey.
Well, let's have a look at some of the emotions that were stirred up in episodes 1 and 2.
I'd say I'm a bit racist. I just don't like Africans. I don't know if you can smell it, but there's an odour here, a very unhygienic odour in the bathroom. And it smells. They should be doing this in Australia. I have a strong opinion. I don't like asylum seekers and refugees, so I think they should stay where they belong. This is good, I think. I think this is good. They're doing the wrong thing. Hey? Well, I'm not a refugee, am I? I'm an Australian and I haven't been brought up like this. Might be easier for everyone else because they've grown up like this. I haven't grown up like this, so it's not easy for me. I can't see any way that I can get through this.
Well, Raquel, during that first night, you probably were the most talked about Australian in the world online, and you were definitely the most talked about person in Australia on the next day. What did it feel to be Raquel on that next day?
I still felt like Raquel. I was a bit shocked
this
to see.
outpouring of negative opinion.
Yeah, I was a bit upset about that, but I've definitely learnt after the journey, look, not to judge a book by its cover. It's as simple as that. I was just, I don't know, just wasn't open-minded to things. I was very closed-minded.
Well, we've got some of the comments coming up that were coming through on Twitter and so on. How did they make you feel?
I was a bit upset about it because I'm not really that racist. Me and my partner we have all different nationality friends. We have Muslims as friends, we have Chinese people, African people, all different types, even Egypt. Yeah, one of our friends is from, his parents is Egyptian. Yeah, that's it. So I'm not all that bad.
Well, your partner Levi is here with us. Levi, good evening to you. How do you feel about the way Raquel was portrayed?
Mixed opinions, really, you know. Like, I knew it was going to be pretty full on, but I didn't realise how big it was going to be, the whole show, really, to tell you the truth. I knew it was going to be a lifetime experience and stuff like that, but yeah, like, I didn't think it was going to be as full on as it actually was. She's told me stories of actually what went on from start to finish, and there's a lot that was missing, you know. Mate, I've been with Raquel for 6 years, and she's the most kindest-hearted person out there, you know. We've been together since we were 15 years of age. And I'm telling you right now, she's got the biggest soft spot for anyone, you know, if you give her the chance. So.
But when the final episode of the show went to air on the Thursday night, it was a completely different story, of course.
Okay, bye-bye. It was very good to meet you. Okay, thank you. You look so much like your sister. You're beautiful like your sister. Thank you. I don't like the term black people anymore. They're African people, they're not black people. I think people should give people a chance before they judge a book by its cover. Yeah, for sure. When I go to Blacktown now, I'll probably pull them up and be like, Did you come from a refugee camp in Africa? Whereabouts? I'm probably curious now. Oh, it's a big shift, yeah. It's a big shift. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I was like, no, I'm not going to change my opinion. But yeah, I've changed it in a big way.
I'm just really happy to hear that too from Raquel. Imagine if you'd have gone on the boat.
Like, you see what we've seen, and yeah, we all have hearts, and I have a heart, and I'm a pretty big softie, so yeah.
Well, as the audience at home were watching those scenes, here are some of the things they were saying online. Bookish Bell, for instance, said, "Good on you, Raquel." Maria B said, "OK, I'll admit I jumped the gun on Raquel." Simbera said, "Raquel's change of heart makes me happier than I can really explain." And Carl Seg said, "Raquel, I'm sorry I said bad things about you." Emily Butler, one last one. "Action is what is needed now. If Raquel can change her views on refugees, anyone can." Did you have any idea all of this was going on while the program was going to air?
I actually had no idea. I was getting more upset every time I went on the SBS and looked at it. I'm like, I'm not that bad. I'm really nice. And then I was like, I'm not looking anymore, because every time I went on there was just like always bad ones, like there was no good ones at all. So I was like, I'm not looking anymore. So I had no idea that there was a big turnaround and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Levi, just like Peter and Ray, Peter encouraged Ray to go on the program. You encouraged Raquel to go on the program. Why was that?
Before this program, she was even scared to get on a plane to go to Queensland. Like I've always wanted to travel the world, but I wanted her to do it. It's once in a lifetime opportunity, you know. And now she's come back and she's actually telling me, "Let's go away, let's fly," you know. And yeah, just the things that she was going to see. I knew she was going to see some really horrific things, which she did, and she's learned a lot from it. And I reckon she's grown up even more since she's come back. So.
Well, surprise, surprise, Raquel. Some people in the audience actually want to make some comments. Mariam, what did you want to say?
Yeah. Hi, Raquel. I think what your experience has shown us through the program is that ultimately some of the, long-held prejudices that we may have could fundamentally be based on ignorance, a fear of the unknown, and potentially a fear of, people that we haven't actually had the opportunity to interact with.
Definitely.
I found it quite interesting, though, when you arrived in Malaysia, and one of your first comments was that there were so many people with tea towels on in the Malaysian airport. I assure you it's not a tea towel, but... no. So, I mean, we do have a lot of Middle Easterners arriving, whether it's by boat or otherwise, on our shores. And so I guess what I'd like to know is whether, your newfound tolerance and sympathy extends to Middle Easterners and Muslims for that matter.
Definitely.
And, and the other thing, I guess, it just seems to me, based on some comments, and I think Ray and Glennie alluded to this, that there seems to be, we seem to be showing selective compassion towards one group of asylum seekers and prejudice towards another.
Yeah.
And so against that background, and I genuinely mean this, I'd like to extend a hand of friendship to you personally, and so that perhaps you can get to know someone in a tea towel.
Say, I was shocked and horrified by some of the comments that were posted, and even some friends of mine were texting me what I thought were, nasty things to say about you. And I just said to people when I had the chance that this is an issue about tolerance and understanding, and you should practice what you preach,
Of course, Glennie, you were with Darren and Adam in a different part of the country, a different part of the world, in fact, while the other three were having their adventure. So you didn't witness it firsthand. When you saw the program go to air and you saw this incredible change in Raquel, how did you react to that?
I knew already because we had some time over a few drinks in Dubai. So we'd had a debrief there, which was shown on the program, and we had some time to talk afterwards. So we sat down on the bed in the hotel room for a couple of hours, and Raquel, sort of told me about her experience and how she felt, and I thought it was just incredible. I think she went on a massive journey, maybe the biggest journey of all.
What about your own journey,